Chris, how's the atmosphere been after that excellent win over Tottenham?
Well, it's been a good week's training, must admit, and there's always a better feel around the place when you're on the back of a win, and particularly in the manner in which we did. But very quickly that turns into preparation for the next game, and so we've tried to prepare the best way that we can.
There's a bit of bad news surrounding Leroy Sane. What can you tell us about his injury?
Well, yes, that's the only bad news of the week, that he picked up the injury yesterday. We, at the moment, don't want to give out too much information because we need to make sure that we're aware of the whole of the facts ourselves. So we'll assess that one today and tomorrow. But yes, he has picked up an injury, and it's, of course, disappointing for us in what's been a good week for us.
You saw Jonny Howson play now for the under-21s on Tuesday. Is he ready for selection if needed?
Well, that's the decision to make, but he's a fit lad. Jonny, in the injury that he's had, he had a period of time where he wasn't able to do too much work because of the nature of the injury. But that's why you want to have the competition that we have here now, and certainly great that Jonny's back. Of course, Wes has had a real good week's training as well, and of course we have options up front. So there are options, and of course it's down to me to select which I hope is the right one.
Aston Villa up next. At times they've struggled at home this year. Chris, can you take anything from that? Is that something you can look to take advantage of?
Well, I think you always look to try and get any advantage that you can, any positives that you can. Ultimately, it's going to be about our performance on the day, and probably the biggest thing that we can take is that our form has been good. What we had struggled in the previous games before the Tottenham game is to turn them performance into points, and that's where we'd struggled. Fortunately for us, we were able to do that at Tottenham. So we're on the back of good form, on the back of a good win, and we'll need to take that into a game at Villa, because irrespective of form or anything, every single one of these 11 last games are going to be very tough games. But as I say, we're in good form at the moment, and that must give us a chance.
A lot of people have looked at the fixtures in March and highlighted them as key in sort of the battle for survival. Is that something you see as well?
Well, I think they're all key, and a lot of people have spoke about the last four games of the season, but we have been able to do well in them types of games, particularly the home games. So we're certainly not looking at having to get a certain amount of points before we get to that stage. It's really about each game, and I think every game that we play is an opportunity for us to get points, and that starts, of course, again, because it's the next one on Sunday.
Good luck, Chris.